Hello, everybody. Welcome again to another daily portion of German. This is Ron Dittmars talking to you from the recording studios of the Erasmus Academy in Brooklyn, New York. And today we're going to take a look at the prepositions. And so the German prepositions, which are peculiar because you have to know two things in order to form a phrase, which Terry would tell you as well, right, Terry?
Sure,
Sure.
yes.
These prepositions some of them take only the accusative case. So bis, durch, entlang, gegen, ohne. It's very good to learn these all by themselves because they will only take the accusative. Put them on a card, learn them back and forth, forward and backwards. There are some dative prepositions that only take the dative case. So aus, by, and gegen, where you have to have the dative case. And mostly indicated with the definite article or the indefinite article or the form of the adjective. Then there's some that take the genitive. So infolgedessen, anstatt des, instead of, outside of, innerhalb, etc. And then there's some that take one or the other, dative or the accusative. So auf, in, neben. And I'm just going to give you a little example to distinguish these two. So in order to form the proper in a phrase that includes a preposition, you have to know two things. The first is what case does this preposition take or always take, or if it can take two, dative or accusative. And secondly, what is the gender of the noun that's in that phrase, because that will determine what form of the definite article or indefinite article would be. So for example, in this one here, this is a very nice illustration of this. Wohin means destination, where to, where something is moving toward. And you can think of the desk receiving the action here. This answers the question where, which is the dative. So this is always accusative. Where to, wohin, or whither, more eloquently, or where itself. Do you say whither very often, Terry?
Not often, not often.
Whither, wherever. Whither, wherever they blow, and is the and I'll follow the winds of fortune, whither, wherever they blow, from the Man of La Mancha. Okay, so
Yes, yes,
you remember that?
yes.
Great. Okay, so let's read this. Ich lege das Buch auf den Tisch. Go ahead, everybody. And as Terry is repeating after me, please repeat with her. So go ahead.
Ich lege das Buch auf den Tisch.
Good. Here, das Buch liegt auf dem Tisch.
Das Buch liegt auf dem Tisch.
So in this case, because auf is used in each case, right? And auf is one of those prepositions that can either take the directional accusative or the dative. And this indicates motion toward something, right? And so you can think of the table receiving the action, but here the book is just simply lying on the table, entering the question where. So instead of auf den, which is accusative, you have auf dem, which is dative. Okay, same thing with ich stelle, let's read this. Ich stelle die Tasse auf den Tisch.
Ich stelle die Tasse auf den Tisch.
As opposed to die Tasse steht auf dem Tisch.
Die Tasse steht auf dem Tisch.
The only difference is the definite article here, which is showing the accusative. So the poor table is going to be hit by this coffee that's moving toward the table, right? But here, the coffee, the cup of coffee is just, it doesn't have to be coffee, cup of cider or whatever you want, is just lying on the table. So it's auf dem, indicating location. Here's a mother placing the child onto the chair. Let's read this. Die Mutter setzt das Kind auf den Stuhl. Everybody?
Die Mutter setzt das Kind auf den Stuhl.
As opposed to das Kind sitzt auf dem Stuhl.
Das Kind sitzt auf dem Stuhl.
Yeah, I should emphasize this in pronouncing and reading this sentence. Good. So the mother is placing the child onto the chair, and here the child is sitting on the chair. So notice the real difference here. So let's see. Well, here's one more. You could say, let's read this. Ich hänge das Bild an die Wand. Everybody?
Ich hänge das Bild an die Wand.
So there's motion toward the wall with the picture, as opposed to das Bild hängt an der Wand.
Das Bild hängt an der Wand.
The only difference is D here and der there. Okay, let's take a look at some examples in 6 here. I'm just going to scroll down a little bit to the sentences. Sorry. So let's start with number 5. Der Aufstand begann wegen der Situation mit der Produktion. Wegen, it takes the genitive, so this is on account of, because of the situation. So the resistance began because of the situation, wegen der. Let's see. Für takes what case, Terry?
It always takes accusative.
Good. So one works a long time, for long hours, but one receives for his work hardly enough money to live. So für seine, if this were a masculine noun, it would be für seinen, but this is a feminine noun. So this shows you how you need to know 2 things: the case that für governs always, and then the gender of the noun in that phrase. Let's see. How about in der Stadt? So in the researches at that time, no one asked regarding the question, regarding the situation. So über takes what case here, Terry?
Is it genitive?
It's actually accusative regarding the.
Accusative.
That's
yes.
okay. Regarding the situation, or the opinion of the workers. How about in der Stadt? What is that? Is that sorry, dative or accusative?
I'm going to say that is
It's
dative.
dative. That's right. So it
Yes.
means in the city, not into the city. If you needed to express something into the city, it would be in die Stadt. Okay. How about or the farmers auf dem Land? What case is that?
Would that be dative also?
Yeah, it's dative. Yeah, auf dem Land.
Is it den?
And so this is a neuter noun. So if you were to say to the land, she is moving to the land, it would be auf das Land. So the definite article shows you what case it is. Okay, so just a couple more. Remember some of these post-positive prepositions? Here's a preposition that comes after the noun that it modifies. So and it means according to in this case. So this is a new report. You want to translate this little passage here? Einem neuen Report. Oh, sorry. Einem neuen Bericht nach. What means what?
And a new report.
So you would start saying according to.
According to a new report.
According to a new report. The Federal Republic
shows today
yeah.
a strong interest for the medical research.
Nicely done. Yeah. Here's für. What case is this? Für die? This is a feminine noun.
That's accusative.
Accusative for medical research, right? Good. Aus diesem Grund, what case is this?
That would be genitive.
Well, it's actually dative, em.
Oh, dative. Yes.
So on this basis, aus diesem Grund. Okay. Von der Regierung. This takes a dative, so this is a feminine noun. So that's why it's really fundamental to learn the declension of the definite articles and so on. So this is again a short excursion into the prepositions. Hope it wasn't too long. I hope it was enjoyable, and we'll see you next time. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.